What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Goods, XY, Big Z. You already know the vibes, man. We in the building, man. Listen, y'all know, on these weekends, man, I get my green juice, get it going, man. I'm in here, man, so I'm gonna keep bringing y'all content. So with that said, shout out to all the people that have subscribed to the channel. Shout out to all the people that's rocking with me. Shout out to all the people that's supporting. Y'all already know what the deal is, man. I appreciate y'all, man. So welcome to the channel. If it's your first time, consider subscribing if you like the video. But the one thing that I always ask y'all to do is hit that like button for your boy. Today, I wanted to react to this video, man. This video by FC The Truth. FC The Truth put out a video called DJ Academics Falling Off Hard. Numbers Don't Lie. And I wanted to go over this video only because I know a lot of people sitting back and they wondering, yo, with everything that happened, where are we at this point? Is DJ Academics still gonna be out here doing his thing? Is he gonna be still out here saying the shit that he's saying? Like, what is the word with that? And I think FC The Truth did a pretty good job breaking this down. So let's get to the video. And let's talk about it.
We got to talk about DJ Academics. This is the first person I actually think is going to actually be canceled. You know, besides Diddy and, you know, people that we all know just really got canceled and may go to prison and stuff. I'm talking about people that's roaming around in the free world. This might be the first pseudo kind of celebrity media person that's canceled, you know what I mean? Where it's like, cause I'm like, everybody's making videos about academics grooming a 15-year-old. It's all bad. Like, I'm talking about tons of the top YouTubers are making videos. Big YouTubers are saying, yo, we're done. Academics is cooked.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, he being real when he say that, because that's literally all we've been seeing on the timeline. Shit, y'all gonna see this on the timeline. Y'all gonna see me talking about this. That's all you've been seeing on the timeline, because it's disgusting. And a lot of people are outraged about it, man. It's a lot of things that he's done throughout his time in the space, and people have been outraged about certain things, but this one's kind of the one that took it over the edge. Now, I know it's getting to a point where people are trying to act like it never happened, but I don't know if it goes that way, man. But let's continue.
We're done with academics. We're not supporting them. It's been some days. I'm trying to check the pulse, you know what I mean? See if people still feel that way, and what effects is that having on academics. Like, is he really feeling the effects? Because we know he got banned from Twitch, we know he lost a couple endorsements and sponsors or whatever, but I was like, yo, let me check out his channel. Like, let's check out his YouTube channel and really see, like, you know, because that's really where academics makes majority of his money.
You got to factor in that he's lost the Twitch, he's lost the sponsorships. I don't really know where the stake thing stands. I'm assuming stake sticks with him, but I don't know where that really stands. I'm talking out of speculation. I haven't really looked it up, so I'd be lying to you if I told you I knew where that stood. But he definitely losing a lot of things in the midst of this, and I feel like he's trying to be careful, but he's also trying to move along like business as usual. I mean, that's what he's supposed to do, right? Pretend nothing happened and keep it moving. But we don't know what's gonna follow after this whole thing, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting to sit back and see where this goes.
YouTube, you know, that's where he started with the war in Chirac, and just in general, that's his claim to fame, is YouTube. I was looking and I'm like, man, these numbers, like, the views aren't the same. You know, this is a guy that usually he'll have like 6 or 7 videos that's like 200,000 views, 300,000 views, on the low end 100,000 views, but typically he's always breaking 100,000 views with his videos. So I started noticing a decline. Looking at the videos, I'm like, wait a minute, you know, we got 23,000 views, 35K, 55K. Then we see 19K, 44K. You know, I'm seeing lower numbers. Like, on the high end, we're saying like 67K.
Look, I'm gonna say this too. Y'all know me. I've never been like a views person. Like, YouTube views, like, I've never been that guy. Like, I don't care about views. Like I care about it to an extent, right? Of being a YouTuber. Like, your views are like a signal that you're like growing, right? That your audience is getting bigger. But I've never been the type of person to obsess over it. You feel me? That's why, you know, when people come and they be like, oh, you just doing this for views, I'm like, bro, I don't care. Like, whether I drop a video and it hits or it doesn't, guess what the fuck happens? I keep pushing. Like, I keep moving on. Even when the video is like crazy, I don't stop and go, oh man, that's a crazy video, let me chill. I keep going, you know? And that's part of doing this YouTube thing because you love it versus just doing it because you want to do it for a bag or whatever the reasons are in between. Like, you gotta like what you doing, dog, for you to be successful at it. And I mean, looking at Academiks numbers, like, what he's saying is like fact, because Act is hitting like the 40K, 18K. Anybody else will look at that and be like, yo, that's amazing. I would love to do 41K on a video, 14K. But these numbers for Academiks are a little bit concerning. You know what I mean? If I was to, I would be a little bit concerned. I mean, obviously there's times where views are slower than other times, but this is a little bit concerning. And especially in the midst of everything that's going on right now, like this is something to be concerned about. If I'm him, I mean, at the end of the day, it's his thing. He do his thing. I ain't trying to tell him how to do his thing. It is what it is. But it's just something to look at. So he got a point. He onto something.
21K, 58K, 22, 21. And this is all like, you know, like 6 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago. So I'm saying this is right around the time all this news broke. Like this is during the cancellation. So if you like kind of look at the previous videos before all this cancel Academiks campaign happened, before the backlash, you know, he was cooking. You know, you get into the 81K range. Then about 2 weeks ago, we get 115,000 views. That was 2 weeks ago. You know, 2 weeks ago, we didn't know anything about this grooming stuff. Like 2 weeks ago, you know, none of that news broke. You see the numbers. You see even this video about Jim Jones, that was 220,000 views. That's pretty good. I mean, for YouTube numbers, it's pretty good.
And that's really where Academiks should be. I mean, Academiks is what, pushing close to 1 million? You know, that's where you would want to be for somebody like Academiks, because we're not going to act like he don't got an audience. He got an audience. So that should be where he normally sits. I'd say 220 is a very good video. That's a great video. It's 74K is good. You know what I mean? Like when you get down to the 20s, that's when it's kind of like, okay, what's going on? You know what I mean? For
Academiks is very close to 1 million subs on YouTube. So if you got almost nearly 1 million subscribers, you getting 200,000 views on a video is really good. Well, most YouTube channels, smaller channels, like people that only got like 40,000 subscribers, 20,000 subscribers, they would be happy with just 15,000 views. You know, that's a success. What I'm saying is you can see the decline. You can tell it's directly involving the whole backlash of him being on Discord, talking crazy to this 15-year-old. Act could have just apologized sincerely and said, look, it's no excuse for what I did, But no, he flipped it and turned it into like he doesn't need all these Twitch streamers. The biggest thing is he said, yo, none of y'all made me, so y'all can't stop me. Y'all can't stop my motion. Y'all can't destroy my career because y'all didn't make me. You can't break me.
That's the downfall right there, bro. Like, your reaction to shit is how people are gonna decide how they want to respond to you in the future. You know, all this like lil bro shit people be trying to do, like as soon as they get caught up in a situation, now it's like, yo, you just doing it for clout. They just talking about me for clout. I'm not gonna name like little bro and people, like that shit is the wrong PR move, bro. If I'm being honest, that's the wrong PR move. I don't think it's the right approach. But again, it's what these guys do, man, and it's weird. And I think Act don't really know what he's stepping into, man.
That's the problem with Academiks. He let his ego and his cockiness and immaturity take over, and in the thinking that like he's in this space and he has all this money and success because of him. And it's like, bruh, it's because of your fans.
He think he untouchable. That is the problem. When you think you untouchable, this is what you get. One day someone will humble your ass. That's why you gotta be out here and you gotta have some humility. You gotta learn when to be humble sometimes, man. You gotta scale it back.
It's because of people all around the world saying, hey, hold on, this guy's entertaining. So you gotta always be aware that can change. At one point, Bill Cosby was America's dad. Facts. Bill Cosby used to be the most popular black man on television. Like he was the most wholesome, loving, funny comedian. He had talk.
That's a great point, man. That's looking at this photo alone. I don't know if y'all really like peep, but looking at this photo alone is crazy. This like time with Bill Cosby and the Black Family sitcom, Cosby was the most loved figure on television. Like listen, Cosby was loved by the white people, bro. You know, at this specific time, he was like America's black dad. And to think of where that got to today is kind of crazy. And this is what I mean. Like, any day you can fall from this high horse that you be riding on. You know what I mean? So it's not to say that everybody's perfect. It's not to say that everybody is without flaw. But you gotta know how to move out here. You gotta treat people the right way. If you want to do anything in life, treat people how you want to be treated. That's all it is, man. If you want to do anything in life that's gonna push you towards the right direction, treat people how you want to be treated. It ain't that hard.
You know, he had the Cosby Show, and he had all these type of game shows and all this stuff. Like, people love Bill Cosby, and then they found out who Bill Cosby really was, and now everybody hates Bill Cosby. So it's like,
crazy.
you can't get ahead of yourself and full of yourself to the point where you're like, this is never going to change. I'm always going to be big Academiks, and y'all can't stop me, and nobody. You can't feel that way. All this stuff can go away. All people gotta do is say like, yo, we ain't messing with dude no more, regardless if it's true or not.
Yo, I just realized Meek in the background plotting. Yo, that thumbnail crazy. I just noticed Meek in the back. I'm like, yeah, nigga. Get up! I used to favor times like this to rhyme like this. Yo, that's what Meek saying in the back, yo.
If the culture says, nah, we ain't rocking with Act, then people are gonna be like, hey, nobody likes this guy, let's back away. And that goes for companies too, that break deals, Spotify, everything. Nobody wants to be attached to somebody that's doing weird behavior stuff with 15-year-olds and stuff. Like, there's just no excuse for it, but also companies don't want to be aligned with that stuff. So you can't think you're invincible. You got to realize your success, the people that watch YouTube videos, the kids, the adults, everybody that tunes in to like, oh, I want to see what Academiks has to say. Those are the people that's putting money in your pocket. They're the reason why you got a big house. They're the reason why you got a Lambo and cars and all this stuff. At any time, people can just switch up.
And that's what should be humbling a lot of people, man. People that are watching your content, people that subscribe to your content, it can all change so quick. Because one day you could be that guy, and then the next day, nobody fucking with you. And it's a harsh reality to like have to live in, but you always gotta be ready for that, you know, like, and you gotta always check yourself. Or if you don't got somebody that's there to check you, you know, that's a problem for you. If you can't check yourself, you need somebody that's there to check you, to reel you back in and let you know like, yo, you tripping. You feel me? Because sometimes people just get so caught up in their own shit and just forget, like, yo, these the people that put you there. Like, you standing up there talking shit and doing all this deviant shit, thinking you can't go back down. Like, they can't just turn around and say they not fucking with you the next day. Like, shit happens, bruh. So many people lost their positions because they thought they was invincible. So who are you, bro?
So I was like, I don't understand why he didn't just immediately say, whoa, let me take this serious. Because it was so weird, because he said something where it's like, it's no big deal because it was a little boy. Y'all acting like it's a girl. If it was a girl, it would be different. It's like, bro, you can't talk to a minor like that, male or female. So he was really out of touch. And I feel like that's when he should have a team. And I feel like the people around him are yes men and immature too. Because you're supposed to have like a big bro to be like, yo, this is serious. Take this serious and apologize. He has nobody like that around him. He's got people amping him up like, yeah, tell him.
Because at the end of the day, if you really look at Act and the people that are around him, Act just keep around a bunch of people that's going to continue to amp him up. That's what it is. I mean, interesting point to say, like, if he had just stopped and came on his stream and said, you know what I said was kind of foul. I realized how that sounds listening back to it. You know, we shouldn't have been playing with that dude like that. There's nothing funny about it. This is a serious matter. I'm sorry to this guy. I'm sorry that I said this. I'm sorry that we acted this way. Bro, this would have been a completely different story. We probably wouldn't even be talking about this shit. I'd probably be here talking about something else, not the fall off of motherfucking Act, bro. We would have been talking about something completely different. But here we are talking about this because your ego ego was way too high up there for you to just stop and say, nah, this is kind of serious. Let me chill. Instead, you came on and you was like, double down on the shit. If it was a girl, then it would have been a big deal. We were just playing. Oh, he was trolling us. He need money. Max don't give him money. Like, bro, nobody cares about all that stuff, bro. They want to know why you said what you said. That's what they want to know. But listen, we could sit here and do coulda, woulda, shoulda all day, bro. The fact is, you didn't. You up.
Another thing I'm wondering is this cancellation permanent? Are people really gonna stand on business, or like in 4 months people are gonna forget who they think Academiks is and be like, oh, he's cool again? I'm not saying how people should feel about this situation, but I'm just saying a lot of times the problem with canceling people, they're not really canceled. People are just upset in the moment, and then after a while they get over it, and then the person's uncanceled. So it's like Academiks said on his stream, like, I must keep making content. I'm not gonna give this whole situation that much of my energy. People are just outraged at the moment, and then they'll get over it in 6 months or something. That's what I'm, like I said, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he was saying on his stream. So Act doesn't even think he's really canceled, because he's seen people that's done and said worse things, and then people are like, they drop an album, they do something entertaining, and then people are like, oh, we like him again.
I definitely agree with that. People do get upset in the moment and they forget about things. And is that something that could happen with this academic situation? Of course. That could very well be how this plays out. But the fact that you got him saying that in this moment shows you, it doubles down on the fact that he's not sorry and he doesn't give a fuck. It just doubles down on that, because for you to see all this stuff happening and your response is that you're just going to continue making content and everybody's going to forget about it because they're mad at the moment. Like, that's literally him playing in people's faces. Now, one thing we do understand that we know is that Academiks gonna always have his base, right? These people always gonna follow him. He's gonna have this group that's gonna follow him no matter what, right? So he's gonna have his base, and there's nothing you could do about that. There's some people y'all know gonna ride to the end of the earth for these motherfuckers. If Act jump off a cliff, they jumping with that nigga. Oh, somebody! Y'all know it's people out there like that. So there's nothing you could do about that. But what we can do is, you could decide what you consume. You could decide the content you consume. You could decide all that shit, because the algo only feeds you what you want to see, right? If you continue to watch his shit, it's going to keep feeding you his shit. If you don't, it will not feed you his shit. And that would be your choice. But everybody has to make their individual choices. You gonna continue to rock with this shit and act like this shit never happened, or you gonna go your way, dog? This ain't about like trying to deliberately do anything to him. This is about you choosing what you want to consume. You know, they always say, when people show you who they are, believe them. Don't let them tell you. Let them show you. And when they show you, believe it. Come on, y'all. Y'all know what's up.
So he's banking on the fact that people are fake outraged about this. Now, I'm not saying people are fake outraged. I'm just saying it's going to be interesting to see where this thing goes and if people are really going to hold Academiks accountable for what they feel he did. So I still stand by it's no excuses for what Act did, and he needs to do a sincere apology. A sincere, drop the whole I'm big Academiks, y'all can't stop me. Drop all the ego, humble yourself, and do a sincere apology. I don't know if Act's going to do that, because I've been watching Academiks for a while. He strikes me as like a revenge of the nerds type, like a person that was like disrespected and bullied and now has the upper hand. So he like doesn't want to be viewed as weak, so he just can't bring himself to like apologize sincerely. It has to be like a backhanded apology. That's not gonna fly with a situation this serious.
Listen, nothing but the truth. Shout out to FC The Truth, man. Check out his content. That was a good breakdown. I agree with everything he said in that. I do think Academiks and his ego just played a part in this. It's just not being able to apologize and take accountability for your actions because you just don't want to, and you don't feel like you need to. You got to be mindful, man. You got to pick a side. You got to choose the direction that you want to go to. You want to go to the direction where you don't care about none of this shit. Because if you don't care about any of this and you're not outraged about anything that happened, so be it. Go watch them. Like, go do your thing. That's the side that you choose. You know what I mean? But if you outraged about this shit and you still continue to just watch without any accountability being taken, then that's on you. You know what I mean? I just feel like we're at a point where stuff like this just shouldn't be tolerated. And those numbers are showing that there's some kind of decline there. And I think Academiks will continue to do him. His strategy is don't apologize for it. Just keep going and pretend it never happened, and people will forget about it. Only time will tell. Let's see how that works. BigZoeTV, let's go.